Today, I'm pushing my sanity to the very limits and drawing my worst fizz. So this is how it's gonna work. 5 is going to be the least of my fizz, and number 1 is going to be like the fizz that could literally ruin my life. So for fizz number 5, I did spiders because I'm really freaked out by spiders, and for this one, I watched Paddington in Peru recently, the time I'm recording this video. And there was this spider called the purple-kneed tarantula in that movie, and that movie really freaked me out. So I thought it would be the best idea to be like the thing that freaks me out during this time. So I searched up purple-kneed tarantula, and I literally pressed the first one I saw because I didn't want to be looking through spiders to see which one was the best one. So I literally just got it over with and just clicked the first one and used it as my reference. For this one, I was like literally shaking whilst drawing it because the spider reference really freaked me out. And during the rough sketch, the thing that also made me shake was the way I drew the legs, because at first the legs looked like fingers, and the fact that there were 8 fingers on a spider really freaked me out whilst drawing this. And so I then realized that it was actually the legs were kind of in sections, so I then made like a third. By this time I had made 3 layers of like rough sketches. And so for this third layer, I literally just went over the fingers and made them into sections. And instead of doing a line art layer, I literally just rubbed out all the rough parts of the rough sketch layer. And my goal for this one was to make it a bit more realistic, but later on you see how this miserably fails. At first with the coloring, I literally struggled with the body part because it looked like in the reference that it was like not even that purple, it was like a muted magenta. And I found this like kind of annoying because I was trying to give it a realistic look, but then it didn't really look like it fit because when I colored the legs purple, it didn't really look like it fit. So I just put like a layer on top of purple on the body, and then I lowered the opacity just to give it a bit more purple into it. And then for the legs, I tried doing some shading with like the marker brush and the airbrush and stuff, but it really didn't look that realistic. And to be honest, the thing that made it look a lot like the spider is like the pink and gold stuff that I put on the legs. And the eyes, they didn't look like there were that many eyes because I just know spiders for having like a lot of eyes. But this spider looked like it just had like 2 eyes that were looking in different directions. And to be honest, it actually kind of looked cuter than the reference. The reference looked really scary in my opinion and creeped me and really freaked me out. But then this one actually looked kind of cute. I showed it to my siblings once, and then they said it kind of looks cute and way better than the reference because, yeah, they also have a fear of spiders because we're siblings. And then I added a bit of a brown background and added some shadow to make it look a bit more realistic. And yeah, this is for number 1, spiders. For this next one, to be honest, I didn't really put that much effort into it because on the time that I'm recording this or drawing this is like I'm on holiday, okay? I'm on like my school holidays, the holiday between 2 half terms, and then I'm like, I just want to rest. And the thought of just me going to the room where I record, setting up my tripod and tablet and microphone and recording and sitting down in an uncomfortable chair for an hour and a half straight just didn't appeal to me. So what I did is instead I just sat in the comfortability of my lovely sofa in the lounge and the amazing incredibleness of my entertaining television. So from this one onwards, you will now be seeing screen recordings. So for this one, I actually forgot to screen record, and my goal for this one was to make it a bit in perspective. And for this one, I don't know if you caught up, but like my fear is heights. And so the girl that I'm drawing, she's supposed to be on a building. So she's standing on a building and she obviously looks scared because she's scared of heights, obviously. The thing that I struggled with the most was probably the building, because the building, I don't know how to draw buildings with lots of windows. I just don't know how to make the reflections look realistic. But like I just did really well with the clouds for some reason, and the clouds look like perfecto 10 out of 10 chef's kiss. But then like the rest of the drawings were just like no. They were just no. And the building didn't even look that realistic. It was just like me like physically just trying to make it look realistic, but it miserably failing. So I just added blue, changed the line art color, blah 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 blah. And for the girl, I didn't really do that much. I literally did like minimal sketching and shading and coloring. I didn't even put that much effort and thought into it. And the hands, you should see these hands. These hands, they are so questionable. And like, I just did a simple hairstyle because this is the hairstyle I just go to when I really just don't feel like drawing. And so I tried putting highlights on it, but it didn't really look like highlights. Yeah, so this was the art piece. I tried putting gradients in the sky, but no, that didn't work out either. Yeah, so this is fear number 2, heights. My next fear was the fear of failing in school, and for this next one, I decided to ramp up the stakes a bit more and try to add to the pressure which I was already having to try and not make these drawings suck, and instead, I was also trying to do it under a time limit. Spoiler alert, I failed miserably. Just to tell you, I've never moved my stylus as fast as I have done for these few drawings in like the entire time that I've owned a tablet, which is 2 weeks. Next, so the timer that I'm going to have for this one is 30 minutes, and then I'm going to be deducting 10 minutes off the timer for each drawing, since I have like about 2 drawings left after this one. Yeah, I think my sanity was on the verge of leaving me. So for this one, my drawing idea was to make it like she had lots of tests on her table, and that she was like really worried that she would like fail school all in general, because right, you know how you fail classes and the subjects and stuff. Yeah, she was gonna fail at this rate. She was literally gonna fail school. So her test papers are going to be F, F, G, because that's how bad she was, and her higher score was a D minus. My first idea was to put her parents in the background, but later on I scrapped this idea because I didn't really have that much time. And so for the line art took the most time because I was just tracing over my rough sketch, and I was trying to like delete all the mistakes I made in the rough sketch. And so this was taking a lot of time. This took me like half my time. No, not even, I think a bit more than that. And so I decided for my next one that I'm not even gonna do like a line art phase. I'm just gonna like try to make my rough sketch look neat enough. And so for this one, the coloring was actually very it just took a lot of time. And so since I spent all my time on the line art, I had literally no time to do the coloring. So I literally had like 3 seconds left. So I literally just turned off the timer and was like, yeah, I'm not gonna finish this within the timer. And so instead I timed myself to see how long it would take to actually finish this. And so I was literally rushing my stylus and trying to get everything done as fast as possible so I don't take too much time to finish this entire drawing. So yeah, I did the coloring like really fast, and I just did a few shadows to add a bit more ominousness to it, and for other reasons that you wouldn't understand unless you watched this video. That's it for fear number 3, failing in school. For fear number 2, I did the fear of getting kidnapped. And so for this one, I decided to do a boy instead because I did lots of girls already. So for this one, my idea was to make him so that he has like duct tape on his mouth since he's being kidnapped, right? I know sounds kind of dark, but this is my fear, and I really would hate for this to happen to me. And for this one, since I only have 20 minutes to do it, I'm literally just going to be cleaning up the rough sketch instead of doing a line art layer. And his expression or his face or his emotion, right, is going to be the same to how I would feel if I was getting kidnapped or something. And then his like face expression is going to be really sad or really scared at the same time. And to be honest, whilst I was drawing this, it was starting to grow on me, and I thought it maybe looked good until like I looked at it after a bit of time and was like, nope, this does not look good. I couldn't finish the coloring or the rest of this drawing before the timer ran out. So like the last one, I measured how much time it took me to finish it, and my idea for this one was so that like there were like 2 gray figures in the background that looked like they were kidnapping him, I guess. but like I don't think it really looked that much like that because they were really far back. And I tried putting the hands in perspective so that like maybe the hands are like trying to say help or help me, but like they turned out looking very questionable. And then at the end I just added a few like dark blue shadows. Then I lowered the opacity and rubbed out his face and hands to make it so that like the kidnappers are like in the distance or in the background, whilst the boy is like the focal point of the image. So yeah, this is fear number 2, getting kidnapped. For my last fear, the fear is going to be failing in life. And for this one, my idea was to make it so that like they're in a corridor and they're like kind of lonely, because I think maybe they're getting like evicted from an apartment or something, and they probably can't pay for the rent to actually stay in the apartment. Well, this doesn't necessarily mean they're failing in life, but this is like the only like motive I could like think of. So this one was kind of simple, probably because I only had like a 10-minute timer, which, spoiler alert, I failed to complete in. I was excited for this one in a way because I'd have to like play around with the lighting and stuff, because the lighting's coming from the hallway, or like the door that's in the hallway, right? So I was like excited to play with this part because I've never really done like that much lighting. So for this one, the theme seems to be maybe like a dark cyan or turquoise, and it'd get lighter the more you'd go down the hallway. And for this one, I decided to do like a figure instead, since I didn't really want to draw all the details, since I only had like 10 minutes. And since by this time I'd already like passed the 10-minute limit, I just, like the last few ones, I just measured how much time it would take me to finish it. And when I finished it, it seemed like it took me like 12 minutes, nearly 13. But it was definitely less than my other ones because they took like 15 to like 30 minutes to finish. So yeah, this is my last fear, the fear of failing in life. So these are all the fears that I drew in this video, and comment down below, what is your biggest phobia? What are you scared of? What would send you to the ER? Well, if you enjoyed this video, leave a like, and if you made it this far, consider subscribing. It would really boost my self-esteem. So I guess that's it. Bye.